The goodness of God and the faithfulness of God's people never cease to amaze me. It is such a privilege to be in our church family. Our Beyond campaign culminated last week with our commitment weekend. We set out to raise the funds to launch a new campus on the North Shore. Watching the wide variety of people walk to the front and deposit their commitments became emotional for me, especially knowing what was happening in people's hearts and the sacrifices that were being made. I've been saying throughout this campaign, I trust God and I trust God's people. And wow, God did something awesome. And you were all so faithful. Our goal was to raise $1 million to launch the North Shore campus and fund it for the first year. You went way over and above, and our final commitment tally is not 1 million, but over 2 million, more than twice what we need. Which leads us to a perplexing but wonderful problem. What do we do with that extra million? And as I was contemplating this, Exodus 36 came to my mind. When Moses and Aaron were raising the resources to build the tabernacle, the people responded so generously that Moses and Aaron actually had to tell the people to stop giving, that they had received more than what they needed. And we don't believe it would be right for us to keep more than what we need. We need $1 million for this project, and you committed $2 million. So we want to give $1 million back. In other words, we're asking you to give half of your commitment instead of the full amount. We believe that this is the right thing for us to do. Now, some of you might be wondering, but what about the sacrifice that I was making? This was a faith-growing exercise for me. Well, God is concerned about our willingness to sacrifice. That was his test with Abraham. When Abraham proved himself willing, God interrupted him and gave him back his son. Giving half of your commitment does not diminish the work he did in your heart. The wrestling that you did to come up with that sacrificial gift, it grew your faith, and that spiritual growth still stands. You obeyed. Now he wants to bless you by giving you half of your commitment back. So whatever your commitment was, just cut that in half and give that amount. Now next weekend is First Fruits weekend. On that weekend, we are asking for everyone to give as high of a percentage of your new commitment as you can, which will help us jumpstart the launch and make the purchases that we need to open North Shore. I love this church. This is my family. I'm so grateful that I get to do this with you. One of our staff members commented in staff meeting this last week, "It is so cool to be part of a church where the whole congregation is in on the mission. It's not just the pastors or the staff or the elders, it's the whole church." And that was demonstrated in Beyond. I love being your pastor.